this one. All right, we are live. We are live for the final evening of the virtual college fair presentations, and we're kicking it off right with Mrs. Cherney. She is the wonderful Capital Aesthetics Director. Hi, Mrs. Cherney.
Hey!
Hi.
So like Chelsea said, I'm Mary Grace Cherney. I'm the Director of Aesthetics here at Capital. And I just wanted to hop on to talk to you guys a little bit about what we do here at Capital in the aesthetics department. Aesthetics is a booming industry right now, especially. It's just getting bigger and bigger, and I think it's so important that you kind of understand what you're getting into when you get into a program like this. So it is very fast-paced, but it's all hands-on, which I think is one of the most incredible things about this school, is that we have the opportunity to do everything hands-on. Whether it's, watching and taking notes, demonstrations, bringing guests in to do demonstrations, and then you guys get to practice on each other, on mannequins. So the hands-on aspect of this is huge. We cover a lot of different topics in a short period of time, and we tend to start with our freshman training. Freshman training is 4 weeks long. Those 4 weeks, you're here 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. That's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. And in that time, we jump into theory chapters. So you've got your textbooks, and we're doing, notes and things like that. And you're taking tests, which I like to refer to as quizzes, because it's a little bit less intimidating.
That's what I heard.
But, we try our best to make sure that we are answering every single question, which is why we still, I know a lot of schools are moving to strictly book work and it's on your own time, but we still like to incorporate the theory aspect so that we can have a conversation about those topics in the classroom. Mm-hmm. So we still do theory 2 days a week, and then we also do everything. So we try to squeeze as much into freshmen as possible, from facials, body waxing, and that's face waxing and body waxing. We do Brazilians, just for those of you who wonder, we absolutely do Brazilians. And I know it seems scary, but I promise you, it's one of the most fun things that we do here in aesthetics. Facials, waxing, we do touch on Hydrafacial and Microderm in freshmen, but typically we run through those more in junior. Freshman is ideally for foundational work and understanding how the skin works, how we can treat the skin, learning a little bit about product knowledge, which is one of my favorite parts. So skin assessing, talking about skin types and conditions and how to treat it. Because before you even do these fun treatments like peels and Hydrafacial and Microderm and Burke, you have to know how skin works and how these products are going to work with everybody's skin type. So, after getting through some of that, and we start talking about and getting very familiar with our products, and that 4 weeks, we do a little bit of evaluation work. So we evaluate how you do with facials and facial waxing, and then we move into your junior session. And what changes about your junior session is now you have half classroom time, which is still hands-on work. We're building on those foundations and fundamentals of freshman training. But now you're doing 2 days a week on the clinic floor. And I know that yesterday you were in the clinic room with Mrs. Kylie Smith. She did a little facial demo.
Yeah.
That clinic floor time, I just cannot stress enough how that is truly, it's like a mini classroom experience, and it's personalized. You get to have a client in the room, laying on the bed, doing a facial. You get an instructor that comes in the room with you individually to help you come up with a product regimen and how to treat that skin. And I think that is very unique in this industry that you don't get in a lot of typical college experiences, is that one-on-one and hands-on experience that we offer here. So you're spending half of your time in the treatment room, half of your time growing your foundations and fundamentals in the classroom, and then finally you transition into senior training, which is all clinic floor time. We start to then get you prepared to take your big diploma test here, which is how you can graduate here. You can't graduate until you pass that. Which, honestly, you're so well prepared at that point. It's it's just, state boards are a breeze after you do our program.
I have heard that.
Truly, I mean, the diploma test, I think our diploma test is harder than state boards.
I've heard that for both programs.
Yes.
We make it more difficult so that the state boards easy. Yeah.
More prepared.
Yeah.
The state sometimes even requires. So senior really is just kind of focusing on honing those skills in the treatment room. And it's not just about how you're interacting with the client. In the treatment room, you're learning how to properly maintain a room, a space that is your own, so that you're comfortable bringing people into a clean, friendly, and positive environment. Not only that, but one of the most fun parts is learning how to do what we call duty or dispense work. In a spa, typically you're not going to have somebody who cleans your dishes for you, but while you're here in the school, we want everybody to have like a total immersion of every aspect of this industry, so you will learn how to do a full day of duty work. And it is work. It's a lot of fun, and it's super rewarding. And you guys, you know, these classes are so small that we have the opportunity for everyone to, you know, ask all the questions they need to ask, get the answers they need, and apply it so that the work doesn't seem nearly as hard. It's just fun, and we have a lot of teamwork, which is what we strive for, because keeping that harmony in a spa starts here at school.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we're also always trying to grow our business help and marketing help, so helping you guys with social media. So we often can sit down and talk about, and we have lots of little classes about how to post on social media, how to build your business on social media, how to use even things as old school as just business cards. I know they seem old school, but they help and they work. So, you know, we kind of try to hit all aspects, even right into what we call planning and tracking. You learn from day one. And that is a way of for you to figure out monthly how much you're going to make when you're in the spa. And that's very important, and something I think we forget, because between all the super fun things that we get to do, this is a job. We have to make money. So we try to set you up as well as we can to track how you're going to make your money and how you're going to spend it, and keep investing it into yourself and your business.
Awesome. Great information. You had mentioned class sizes. What do the class sizes look like throughout the program?
Thank you. So class sizes, we never do more than 16 students in a class. However, you are all in here for the first 4 weeks of school. You are all present through school all the way. But during junior time, you are only in the classroom 8 at a time. So there's 8 of you in the classroom, there's 8 of you on the clinic floor. So it's even more condensed, the classes, the further you get along, because we are working with these more aggressive treatments, and we want to make sure that you're having as close to one-on-one as we can get. We usually have 2 instructors in the classroom at a time, and only 4 people working on a treatment at a time. So that's essentially 2 students to an instructor, which is awesome.
Very rare in a school.
Yes.
In a hair and beauty school and
Yes.
skin. But yeah, when I, doing admissions and I tell people, from week 5 on, you're in a group of 8. People love that class size. So
yeah, it's so small, but you really get to know each other and each other's skin. So it's really helpful because you get to build on your knowledge. We talk about learning ingredients and learning products, and sometimes it's really hard to figure out when you meet somebody the first time what to offer them. So having that experience in the classroom, working with the same skin over and over and really diving into it is so helpful.
Definitely.
It's so important.
Yeah. And instructors. How many instructors, and are you all licensed estheticians?
Yes. So myself, I actually have been in the industry for 13 years. I started as a cosmetologist. I went through the instructing program. I have been licensed to instruct for 11 years.
Wow.
12 years. and I primarily taught hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made the transition about halfway through my career into skin because I just fell in love with it. And now I'm here and I'm obsessed. Like I'm just so thrilled with this whole department and this whole. It's so different from hair.
Yeah.
They're very similar, but they're so different. We always like to say like, or here anyway, that we're kind of like the quiet side, but not really. We have a lot of fun down here.
Yes.
And then we have Mrs. Kylie Smith, who you met yesterday. She did a mini demo. She kind of has the same history as me. She started off as a cosmetologist, transitioned into teaching, and then transitioned again into aesthetics. Fun fact, I actually taught her, which was really fun, over on the cosmetology side.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, sorry, I keep pointing. Our office is right up here. There's no one behind me.
Oh, they picked up on it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Miss Maggie Gegna, as we refer to her as Miss G here. She is a licensed esthetician and instructor. Awesome. She does not have a hair background, which I think makes her so valuable.
Yes.
As well, because she has just put all of her time and effort into skincare, and which I think is incredible, and she is so good at it. Everyone's so good at it.
Yeah.
We've got a great team going back here.
I really do.
We just had a student instructor that graduated, and she's working on getting her license, Mrs. Jolene Moeller, sorry. You met her on Monday.
Yes.
She was, I think, maybe a graduate.
Yep, Capital grad. Where are they now?
Yes. And I think that we are hoping that she's going to be, and I think that it's the plan, to have her kind of come in and do some guest classes and things like that, and she will fill in as needed. Yeah, we try to keep as many of our graduates involved as possible, whether they're, licensed estheticians out in the workforce, or if they're product reps, or we like to get them back in here so that they can come and talk to you guys about all the different things you can do in this industry.
Yes.
It's not just being, behind a bed in a spa.
Right.
There's so many different things you can do. So we just like to keep them coming back to their roots and talking to the new students.
Awesome. Well, good. Great information. And I see you mentioned these machines.
Oh, yes.
Could you give a brief, I know you could probably spend all day telling us about Hydrafacial.
Yes.
But if you want to just kind of briefly explain all three of them.
Okay, so I'll start with Microderm.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have heard of Microderm. It's a very old, it's an oldie but a goldie treatment. And this is going to be tons of exfoliation. That's the whole point of it. In addition to that, it sets you up to receive your products better in the future. So this is something that would be wonderful to do if you've maybe had a facial under your belt and you're looking for a little bit more exfoliation. Moving over to the Hydrafacial, same idea as the Microderm, except now we are infusing serums and just wonderful, wonderful products while we're exfoliating. And this actually, we just had a little class on this, and word on the street is Hydrafacial has now beat out Botox as the #1 service in the industry.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's,
good.
And this is like, I can't stress like how amazing it is that we have one of these. They're so great. It's a wonderful machine. They're used in med spas, dermatology offices. Not a whole lot of schools carry a Hydrafacial.
Last I knew, there were only 5 in the entire country, and or one of them. That might have changed, but that's...
And this is, beating out Botox. This is the way the industry is moving, is these wonderful high-end services. And, it's so fast and so efficient that I think that if we can set you guys up to do, our students up to do these while they're here and really fine-tune those skills, you're just going to be that much more marketable when you leave.
Absolutely.
And you're able to do so much more for your employer and your guests. This is like the baby brother to Hydrafacial. This is Perk. Perk is a lip or an eye treatment, and they're super quick but so efficient, and that's why I love it so much. So we actually use these as our standard lip and eye treatment in the spa on the clinic floor. So it's just wonderful. and you can add it on to almost any service. You can do it as a standalone service, and you get to take some of your serum home with you and continue using those results. So it's just a wonderful little treatment. We also do chemical peels. We do dermafiling. We like to have available, we do airbrush training, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Miss Gagna, Miss Gagna, oh my gosh, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Miss Gagna,
You're doing great.
Often is the one teaching makeup, and she's amazing at it. She does a lot of bridal makeup outside of here and things like that. She does incredible airbrush makeup, and not only that, but we use Ket, and they back us up with also incredible education. So they're able to, right now, since we can't have in-person classes with them because of COVID. We're able to do Zoom classes, so we get to project them up on this wall, and the educators come on and they do demos and they teach us about all the airbrush tricks and techniques and tools, and it's so amazing. I can't believe the things that they've done since COVID.
Yeah.
And the way we're still getting all of our education. In addition to that, we have our representative from Image. Her name is Jessica. She is incredible. Shout out to Jessica. Woo woo.
Hi, Jess.
She comes in and she will do a product knowledge class about Image, where she goes in depth over ingredients and delivery system for all the products. And these are just, I picked a few of my favorites: a cleanser, a serum, an SPF, a night cream, and a lip. Those are my favorites. So she comes in for product knowledge. She is also very available. I know that I've sent students to her with questions if I don't have the answer, or I have asked her, and she is so knowledgeable about the industry. So she's a great resource that we now also have at our fingertips.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So she's wonderful. She also comes in and teaches the image peel class. So she helps certify you in image peels while you're here. So she's just wonderful. Woo woo, Jessica.
Woo woo. Oh, that's great. What a lot of wonderful information. I think people are always inquiring about, and I'll be doing a Q&A on the admission side at 6:00 tonight, and I will cover the whole wait list question. I know a lot of people ask about that. I will say, I don't want to embarrass you, but I will say you and your team are just wonderful. I love giving tours, popping into class, listening to whether it is the theory, like you guys talk in depth about everything, even the bridal industry. What does a wedding cost? What percentage, how do you break that down? What are people spending on their weddings? And just all things skincare. And yeah, the hands-on training, you can't beat this program. There's a reason we are booked out over a year. Usually it's about 12 to 18 months. So call me, Chelsea, ASAP if you want to learn more about aesthetics. But I think I cut you off. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, and just to piggyback on what you were saying, we offer shadowing. And I think that's something that's so underutilized. Get in here.
Yeah.
Shadow one of our students. Sit in on a treatment. Ask the questions that you want to ask. Ask things that maybe you're already interested in and you just want to know for right now.
Yeah.
For your skincare right now. They'll show you around the department. You'll see kind of like the behind the scenes of what it takes to do a facial. You are shadowing that student while they're in a service. So they're learning, you're learning. It's just a really awesome experience that, again, I don't really know that all schools do that the way we do.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool. So
do you know how they schedule that?
talk to you.
Yeah.
Talk to Chelsea if they want to schedule a shadow.
And I can tell you, I feel like the Capital students who mentor these shadows get just as much out of it as the people who come in and shadow, because they just love helping these prospective students.
Yes.
And it's really cool to see. So give me a call. Okay. Anything else before we wrap up, Mrs. Cherney?
I mean, I could go on for days if you'd like. I just tried to really condense that.
It was great. It was perfect.
But yes, please come. Please shadow. We have a lot of fun here. I promise.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Cherney.